The growing chorus of warnings surrounding Jake Paul's decision to face Anthony Joshua has reached a fever pitch. What began as bold confidence and promotional bravado has now evolved into one of the most polarizing conversations in combat sports. Jake has built his entire boxing persona on defying expectations, proving doubters wrong, and turning spectacle into success. But this time, the scale of the challenge is unlike anything he has encountered before. The physical difference between the two men alone sets the tone. Joshua is a towering, seasoned heavyweight with a kind of explosive knockout power that has ended nights for elite fighters. Jake, although physically strong and constantly improving, has never stood in against someone with Joshua's size, reach, experience, and precision. It is not just a stylistic mismatch. Many believe it is a collision course with danger. From the perspective of veteran fighters, the brutality of elite heavyweight boxing is something that cannot be understood until it is felt. They emphasize that every punch from someone like Joshua carries the potential to cause serious damage. Fighters who have shared the ring with him describe a level of impact that shakes the entire body, not just the jaw. That is the kind of risk Jake is willingly stepping into. Analysts compare the challenge to throwing someone who has barely learned to swim into deep, stormy waters where even experienced athletes have drowned. It is one thing to look powerful against aging legends or retired fighters who were never natural heavyweights. It is something entirely different to stand toe-to-toe with a man who has built a career on overwhelming world-class opposition through speed, timing, and devastating force. Even critics who dislike Jake's persona acknowledge his bravery. Whether the move is fueled by ego, ambition, or calculated business strategy, stepping into the ring with someone like Joshua requires courage. However, bravery alone does not prepare the body for the kind of punishment Joshua can deliver. Several analysts have expressed fear that Jake may underestimate the psychological pressure that comes with facing a true heavyweight. Under the bright lights, with the world watching, a single moment of panic, hesitation, or misjudgment could lead to disaster. Joshua is known for capitalizing quickly on mistakes, and once he smells blood, he rarely lets an opponent recover. At the same time, Joshua himself faces a strange and complicated situation. This fight does nothing to enhance his standing among boxing purists. It does not move him closer to a title shot, nor does it add prestige to his resume. Instead, it places him in a position where dominance is expected, and anything less becomes ammunition against him. The potential for embarrassment looms large. If Jake survives longer than expected or lands a meaningful punch, the narrative could shift dramatically, painting Joshua as declining or fragile. That fear weighs heavily on fans who still see him as a national hero and a symbol of British boxing. For them, this matchup feels like unnecessary risk with little reward. Financial motivations cannot be ignored. Joshua stands to make an enormous payday, possibly the biggest of his career. Jake's ability to generate massive audience interest has transformed him into a lucrative opponent. Promoters see dollar signs, streaming platforms recognize global appeal, and marketing teams envision record-setting numbers. From a business standpoint, the fight is a goldmine. But with that financial gain comes scrutiny. Critics argue that this kind of matchup prioritizes spectacle over sporting merit. They worry that boxing is drifting further into entertainment territory, diluting the essence of the sport. Jake Paul's camp continues to frame the fight as a strategic leap, not a reckless gamble. They believe Joshua's size can be used against him, that slower footwork and linear movement provide opportunities for counterpunching. They highlight that Jake has developed legitimate power and improved fundamentals. They insist that Joshua's recent losses show vulnerability that can be exploited. In their eyes, timing is everything, and this moment represents the perfect convergence of opportunity and risk. However, most experts remain unconvinced. They point to Jake's struggle against Tommy Fury as evidence that his ceiling may already be visible. Fury, young and relatively inexperienced himself, exposed holes in Jake's defense and timing. If Fury could disrupt Paul, what would a seasoned, powerful heavyweight like Joshua do? That question fuels the belief that the fight may not last long enough for Jake to implement any meaningful strategy. The sheer force of Joshua's punches could end the night before tactics even become relevant. At the center of the debate lies a deeper concern about safety. Boxing is a sport where injuries can end careers and, in tragic cases, lives. Stepping into the ring with a puncher like Joshua magnifies that risk exponentially. Some commentators fear that this matchup crosses a line, turning danger into spectacle. They argue that the boxing community should not support a fight where the physical imbalance is so extreme that it threatens long-term health. Whether those concerns will influence regulatory decisions remains unclear, but the conversation surrounding them grows louder with each passing day. Despite the warnings, backlash, and skepticism, Jake Paul continues to push forward. His confidence remains unshaken. He sees the fight not as a reckless move, but as the defining moment of his boxing journey, the chance to cement himself as more than a novelty act. He embraces the doubt and uses it as fuel. For him, the potential reward outweighs the risk. He believes in the power of self-determination, ambition, and unpredictability. His entire career has been built on proving that impossible goals can become reality with enough belief and effort. Whether that mindset will hold up when faced with the fury of a true heavyweight remains to be seen. The anticipation surrounding this fight is unlike anything in recent boxing memory. It merges celebrity culture with high-stakes combat, blending entertainment and danger into a single explosive event. Fans will tune in for many reasons. Some want to witness history. Some want to see an upset. Others simply want to see whether Jake Paul can survive even a few minutes against one of the most powerful punchers in modern boxing. No matter the outcome, this fight will leave a lasting mark. It will reshape narratives, redefine careers, and influence how crossover boxing is viewed moving forward. The only question now is whether Jake Paul has truly understood the magnitude of the challenge he is accepting, or whether he is stepping into a reality far harsher than he ever imagined. What do you think? Is Jake Paul chasing greatness, or is he walking blindly into disaster? Is Anthony Joshua making a smart business move, or risking his reputation for a payday? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Make sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed this breakdown, and subscribe for more dramatic updates as this story continues to unfold. The countdown has begun, and the world will be watching.